Nigeria, it's another exciting episode of the Issues on Voice of the People TV, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Jerry Apelahai. Today on the issues, first from Abuja, the African Democratic Congress fiercely rejects the Federal High Court's interim injunction blocking INEC from recognizing former Senate President David Mark and ex-Osun Governor Rauf Aregbesola as the party's interim leaders. The ADC blasted the injunction as a calculated move to sow confusion and shake the party's leadership to its core. Meanwhile, the Lagos APC steps up to defend President Bola Tinubu's targeted borrowing policy, calling it an essential push for critical infrastructure and economic reforms. The party fiercely pushes back against the Labour Party's P2B, slamming his claims of reckless borrowing as unfounded and politically motivated. And as the 2027 elections fast approach, INEC sounds the alarm on premature political campaigns, warning that the lack of penalties in the Electoral Act undermines transparency and encourages efforts to monitor campaign finances effectively. Stay tuned after this short break. We'll dig deeper into this topic some more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. The African Democratic Congress has refuted claims circulated in the media that the Federal High Court in Abuja issued an injunction restraining Senator David Mark and former Minister Rauf Aregbesola from functioning as the party's interim national chairman and national secretary, respectively. In a statement released today, ADC's interim national publicity secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, clarified that the court, presided over by Justice Emeka Nwite, did not grant an ex parte order as requested by one Rauf Bala Gombe. Instead, the Honorable Court refused the ex parte application brought by Rauf Bala Gombe and directed that the matter proceed with due process, Abdullahi stated. According to the party, the court ruled on September 4, 2025, that the defendant in the matter be served and ordered to appear in court to show cause why the reliefs sought should not be granted. The case was adjourned to September 15, 2025 for further hearing. The ADC accused those opposing the new leadership of spreading misinformation in a desperate attempt to discredit the party and destabilize opposition efforts ahead of the 2027 general elections. Having failed to stop INEC from acknowledging a leadership change in ADC, the political jobbers are now resorting to fake news. This goes to show that these agents of destabilization, according to the ADC, will stop at nothing, including misrepresenting court rulings in their desperate effort to sow confusion and further undermine opposition parties, the statement reads. However, the Independent National Electoral Commission of early September has officially recognized Senator David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola as the party's interim national chairman and secretary, respectively. Other party officials confirmed by INEC include former Edo State Governor Professor Osereme Osumbo as national legal advisor, Ibrahim Mani as national treasurer, and Akibo Dalhatu as National Financial Secretary. The ADC has recently emerged as the adopted political platform for a coalition of opposition groups aiming to contest the 2027 general elections, including the presidency. Today I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests here in the studio. We have Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Joining us virtually is Chris Paulo Taiwe, an international correspondent, reaching us and joining us all the way from Sierra Leone. Great to have you join us, Chris Paulo Taiwe.
How are you? Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, how are you doing? It's great to have you once again.
From you, and I'm glad to be back. Even though the network seems to be playing 10-10 with us, but let's go on. It will change.
All right, let me start off with Dr. Anosike because I know Chris would want Dr. Anosike to go first. But taking a look at this court's situation and the fact that ADC has come to debunk it, will we expecting such and more to come as against the ADC? This is going to be like the battles they will be fighting till 2027.
Let me start by saying that Chris reminded me of something I have forgotten in a long time. That was 10-10.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I know that APC is behind that rumor. Understand? And this is just the beginning. ADC must be prepared for such misinformation, understand disinformation, propaganda, and so on and so forth, because that was the foundation of their party. Misinformation, disinformation, lies, propaganda, distortion of truths. So ADC should be prepared for it. And I know that many of the people in ADC today, we are founding members of APC. So they already know the game. Understand? They already know the game. APC is very jittery as we speak. So the only way they can function is by propaganda, by half-truths, by disinformation, because they know that Nigeria has rejected them. They know that Nigeria has rejected them, and anybody that has not done that has problem upstairs. I mean it. Anybody that is still holding on to this party, unless he is stealing from this government, unless he is stealing from this government. If not, that Tinubu is your uncle, and you are still buying fuel the same price I am buying it. Understand? Or you are an idiot. Understand me? So for me, APC is behind that propaganda, and ADC should be prepared for more. So what happened today is just what they call 101, an introduction.
An introduction.
So somebody was asking me in the afternoon, why wasn't APC attacking PDP and LP? I said, well, Wike is doing the attacking in PDP. Junior Sabre is doing the attacking in LP. So there's no need. Somebody is already attacking there.
Already be taken care of.
Sure.
Wow, quite interesting. Let me go to Chris there. If the court refused the injunction, why are opposition voices still pushing the narrative that Aregbesola and Mark were bad?
Well, just as Anosike said now, it's misinformation and disinformation going on now. But it goes beyond that for me. Well, this is to be expected. And as they rightly said, this is 101, introduction. They say in Nigeria, they are gang. What will happen is that I think what the think tank is doing right now, this is my conspiracy theory as usual, is that they are thinking of how to technically destabilize, disrupt, and eventually destroy the energy of the energy and momentum the coalition is gathering right now. Okay, but that for me is where it ends. And me, I like to say my own because that is the reality. Anybody who thinks or believes that there will be a credible election, credible in caps, in Nigeria in 2027 is deluding himself or herself. Number one. Number two, I see this coalition, the only value this coalition may bring to the table in this context, therefore, is that it will become the rallying point for all Nigerians across the board, to the last man in the last place, governed or ungoverned in Nigeria. So because they have that network individually and as a group collectively, the players, of course, don't have credibility too now. David Mark, what did he do as president, senate of the president, except to become a rallying point? He was a good politician. That's the thing. That's the fear. You have two adept politicians right now who are really seasoned in the art of politics in Nigeria, running the reins, holding the reins of ADC, David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola. And both of them know the secrets as founders of, part of the founders of APC. They know the secrets, so they understand the game. But the thing is that Tinubu has gone ahead of them. Tinubu is not playing Nigerian politics, just as Obasanjo did at some point. He's playing Western politics. Nigerians should wake up. How you will know what's going on? Do checking the body language of his Western partners and him. The day they fall out is the day Tinubu falls. That's number. I want Nigerians to hold that. But let me close with this. Tinubu is not leaving that place in 2027. And after 2027, they will begin that third term agenda Obasanjo couldn't achieve. Tinubu will achieve it very easily. But they are faced with 2027 now. How they are going to destabilize that election, make it non-credible to their own benefits. So that for me is what I see. So we are just chasing the shadows now, there's politics now. So everybody can continue democracy. There's no democracy. Let me confess to Nigerians now. That's why I say my trouble with this government is not personal, it's not with Tinubu, he's a good guy, right? Generous. Tinubu does not need money anymore. So he's not supposed to come to government to steal, because he bought government with the money he had. Now it's in government, he has absolute hand in the treasury. But now Nigerians are suffering. And he wants them that is the devil, that it closes his eyes or ears to the sufferings of Nigeria. No, he knows it's human. It's human. We should know that. But you see, you know that he's incapable of doing it, of making Nigerians' life better. He can't. Tomorrow, if Tinubu changes, he can say, well, now that I have all the power in this world, absolute authority in Nigeria, NEPA must therefore work every home without fail, 24 hours. He can do it. He can do it if he wants to. Food prices will go down, because if the seller is not selling well, I can bring my money, will flood the market. Tinubu can do that. So it's not a matter of government. So if he starts doing that tomorrow, I'm telling you right now, let Nigerians know, I will become an apostle of Tinubu. Yeah. We are following Peter Obi right now because he's the only one who says that and has done it. So he's tested and trusted. That's why we are following Obi. Tinubu didn't do anything like that when both of them were governors. So let's face the reality. I have to be waking Nigerians up to the reality. There will be election, but it will not be credible. So all these ADC running around, everybody running around, just exercise in futility. Thank you.
Yeah, the way Chris says it's more like you're giving a doomsday report. And I think Nigerians will not want to have a reality to know that an upcoming election will not be credible, and Nigerians should not even put their minds down. He even made mention of a third-term agenda. We've not even talked about the successful first term, which is just 2 years. And Chris is giving us doomsday report that let's not worry, he might be running for third term when he has not even done 2020. He has not even done his first term yet.
Well, he should win 2027 first.
Okay.
He should win 2027 first. I keep on saying it. Tinubu is never a strong candidate. there's nothing that makes Tinubu a strong candidate. Why is Tinubu appears to be strong is because the opposition is in disarray. Understand? It is 2027 is in the hand of the opposition, not in the hand of Bonamed Tinubu.
Does it make sense if there's a theory that our leaders are relying on the support of Western powers over the influence of the people at the polls?
For me, that was the mistake that Abiola made. Abiola was declared the winner in Nigeria. Instead of staying in Nigeria, he ran to the United States. And before he come back, everything was over. Understand? We were at the National Stadium on that day, waiting for Abiola to come into International Stadium Surulere and announce his mandate. Abiola was running around Surulere. Onisagbakoba, Bamidene, Aturu, Chuma, and so that's Chima Obani. What did this FDP, Ato Nwankwo, and others? I was there in the stadium waiting for Abiola to come inside the stadium and take his mandate. He was running around this thing, understand? So Western powers does not vote in Nigeria.
So do they have a high level of influence?
So all those things, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. When the king of Oshobo came to Aso Rock, understand, there was a statement that Tinubu made that Nigeria has achieved their revenue target in 2025, in the month of August, that Donald Trump can do his worst. Understand?
Yes.
I underline that statement. So saying that Western world are behind Tinubu, who is that Western world outside America?
He's already romancing with France. And then Brazil is showing him support, like he said.
What influence does they have? It was Barack Obama that rigged 2015 election.
But that's also Western influence.
I say he said that Donald Trump can do his worst.
Does it mean that he's no longer enjoying the support
I think
of
that
America?
Donald Trump will hear that and still be happy with him.
But the CIA, which is controlled by the government, said that he's an asset.
Forget that. I said there's a change of power. Understand? That's why I will forever be happy with Donald Trump for chasing the Obama out of office, for chasing Biden out of office.
What benefit is it to Nigeria as a country? With Donald Trump being the president?
I say for chasing Obama and Biden out of. These are the people that put us into the problem that we're in now. They were the one that rigged the 2015 election.
Okay, so
Donald Trump revenged for me. Understand? So that's why I'll continue to be happy with him. So Tinubu should win 2027 first. And the indices of him winning it, I'm not seeing it.
Is that influence not still affecting Nigeria today? Because ahead of the 2027 polls, Nigerians were not really excited what happened in 2023. Are we not going to be seeing that influence still spreading to 2027?
What influence?
The influence of the elections going the way of those who, the powers that be, who want to be president?
I say Obama rigged the 2015 election, and the Obama government is not in office now. Assuming that Kamala Harris has won, that's where I'll be entertaining fear of America influencing it for him.
In 2027.
In 2027. The North controls voting in Nigeria. Okay. Understand? So as we speak, the North are not in his favor. Okay. Understand? So him winning 2027 is still under very serious speculation. Then for third term,
agenda.
For that, even if they burn him and he connected 20 times, he cannot.
All right, definitely. But let me give Mr. Chris this one.
Or the North will just throw him into the dustbin.
All right, Mr. Chris, with INEC officially recognizing the new ADC leadership, are these court cases just theatrics to confuse the public ahead of 2027?
I would have been looking for it all my life. Theatrics, that's how we exceed. You know, and my brother doesn't get making me to laugh. Oh. But let me clear your mind about Trump. Trump, I've always said it even before he entered power, that is the dumbest man, the dumbest scammer on earth. He's a scammer. And now, US people, the US people are beginning to understand it and see it. You know, he's a transactional president, a narcissistic individual. So it's coming here, like you, I did celebrate because I hated the guns of the Democrats, yes. But let me also let you know how the establishment works. It is this process is a CIA mix. CIA. And that's why they told you that is their asset. That's to be dismissed by stretch of rationale, logic. Let me tell you something. Do you know that in Ukraine, one of the reasons why Ukraine is in trouble it is now is because when they asked the war started in 2014, or far before 2014, but 2014 was a high point. Why? Because the CIA organized a coup that overthrew a democratically elected government. To put one asshole there, sorry for the word, before this comedian called Zelensky joined them. All right? Right now, it is the CIA, MI6, the British and then the French one. This is their game. So I'm telling you, I need to remind you of the scenario that we faced in 2023. The only thing that saved Tinubu was that Biden vetoed FBI release of records, 70,000 pages, to show one that your demand, you say is your president, a criminal, drug criminal in our books, by our books, that he is a fraud, he doesn't have a school, those are the things they covered up for him. If you remember, it was not his money. Tinubu before and after is not politically, the politically credible person to vote for, even as a local government chairman. But he has the means to buy people. That means that buying failed in Nigeria, and then he went to start buying school, bought a whole Chicago University, who decided to take their credibility by letting one calendar graduates miss on their website. That's how powerful Tinubu's money can be. And then, of course, as a CIA asset, well, not his money now, it's being valuable to the CIA. It's better that they have control over Nigeria because they need Nigeria more as the chairman or whatever of ECOWAS, the base of ECOWAS. You saw that during all this back and forth. Sorry, back and forth with. Are you with me, please?
He's back no longer the chairman of ECOWAS. That's one is.
Yeah, but yes, and even before then, Nigeria is the base of ECOWAS. You could see the significance during the back and forth between the AES and ECOWAS. AES pulled out now. So I told you, I forever said that Tinubu is their best guy. Tinubu is smarter than all the people they've been using, even in Nigeria. Obasanjo is an asset. Abiola was an asset. Tinubu and Abiola were actually in the same trade, if you don't know it. So it's not. So this game is not for Nigerians. So sorry to disappoint you, sir. This is if that. Peter Obi is the best person by any rational, by any stretch of it, anything. But they won't allow Peter Obi because they know that under Peter Obi is a smarter, more mature, more visionary Traore, non-violent Traore. And within 1 year, that guy will rally Nigeria to its purpose, highest purpose. So do not dismiss what we're saying, sir, because that is the reality. Trump is not Trump. Everybody now knows, they now agree with me. I said at some point that Trump is a punishment for America for Biden to put Tinubu on us. So we both have criminals as our president. Everybody knows Trump is even a convict. So if you don't know that now. So it's all about Trump. Trump is now useless to Americans and to the foreign. Nobody wants to near Trump. Look at what he's doing with Israel. They will want to negotiate with people now. He will not tell. They will not tell Israel. That's where they are. They will go and bomb them. Right. Was that not how Iran started? So what I'm saying to close is that the hand of foreign government, Western governments, is on this country. Now the fight is even getting intense because BRICS are trying to come in. So it's like Nigeria to take all this one that to the people say, well, Trump can do it. Well, they won't take that seriously. Now it doesn't mean anything. You know, it's part of them, in and out. So take it and have peace. Thank you.
Well, Saddam Hussein was an asset. What
happened to him?
Happened. Understand me? What happened? Understand? Abiola was an asset. What happened? The day Abiola was killed, America was involved. Understand? Go and read what happened on that day that Abiola was killed. This Coordinator rise was in Nigeria on that day. Understand? So saying that you are an asset, for it you are untouchable, does not make any meaning. Saddam Hussein was an American CIA that asset. And they finished him.
Wow.
And if Donald Trump was in office in 2023, Tinubu would not have been president, because that report would have been released in good time.
Wow. Do you think the releasing of that report is going to change, it would have changed Tinubu's fate?
When, now or then?
Then, as a then. Would it have changed anything?
One, the Supreme Court said that it did not come early enough. Understand me? Because I said Donald Trump, Biden is a product of Obama. And Obama, if you take that name, Hussein, and you know where he belongs to. So that's why I'm happy that his generation that's in America are being wiped off.
Okay, let's go back to the next conversation, where the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has expressed concern over what it calls a premature political campaigns ahead of Nigeria's 2027 elections. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Abbas noted that although Section 94, Subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022 restricts campaigns to start 150 days before an election, the law provides no penalties for violations, making enforcement difficult and undermining efforts to monitor campaign finance. At a stakeholders roundtable in Abuja, former INEC Chairman Atahiru Jega described early campaigning as a serious threat to the credibility of the electoral process. He criticized the involvement of third-party groups and incumbent officials, urging that candidates and parties, especially those in power, be held responsible and sanctioned when their supporters engage in premature campaigns. The event, attended by the House Committee on Electoral Matters, the Inspector General of Police, and the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, emphasized the need for stronger legal frameworks. Meanwhile, INEC confirmed the recognition of David Mark as chairman of the African Democratic Congress following the party's internal restructuring to prepare for the 2027 polls. All right, let me go back to Chris. How significant is the threat of premature campaigns to Nigeria's electoral integrity?
Premature campaign, I'm sorry to boast your bubble. Democracy is an experiment. They know Trump campaigning every day. Gathering crowds, campaigning every day, almost every day. That's America, the bastion of democracy. So democracy is an experiment. So you do it the way you feel. All right? Now, I want to warn you that you can see the kind of voices they are bringing. They know that Yakubu is a spent force. is expired in corruption and criminality. Now they are bringing Ataru Jega, who we attach some level of credibility to, with all the drama during Goodluck Buhari, Urubebe drama. So we attach some level of credibility to him. So they are now speaking through those mouths what they intend to do. Now they are even using APCON. So maybe tomorrow they will use Nurses Association. Maybe another tomorrow is market women as well. Say, no, they must do legal framework. Anybody campaigning now should be sanctioned, meaning disqualified. So it's another tactics. It's glaring. And I've said, and I will repeat what I said. See, the only use of this coalition, this platform, for me, Chris, is that the only use the only benefit Nigeria can benefit from it is that Nigerians will use it as a rallying point when that day comes, that they will get up, not because of their votes, because that one will not count, or because of their vote, because it won't count. And they get up and they are resilient and they stay on the street, and before you know it, that is the only thing this platform can be useful for. If you think that for elections, sorry, you are deceiving yourself.
Are you calling on the
Nepal
experiment?
It's an ongoing experiment, but I'm telling you, I can see where it will crash or it will end. That if they don't buy David Mark or buy Aregbesola, but they don't even need to buy those people. You just continue with what he has. He has said the machinery, the infrastructure of corruption, rigging, criminality. He set it up. He's activated. They are up and running effectively, like efficiently. So if you continue like this, 2027 is assured for him. That's what it is for ourselves. So what I'm trying to say in the end is that the significance of that is all playing into the tactics they have already created. They are thinking. This government doesn't. Is what will happen here. And they are working to that answer. That's what you're saying. So, but the bottom line is that the answer you should know. So you worry yourself when it happens the way Christoph Tagbe is saying it. Is that Tinubu will be there in 2027, except Nigerians rise. Nigerians are the only ones.
What if he loses the election?
He won't lose no election. Tinubu, let me tell you, we are talking about competition. Tinubu is not a candidate for any election of nobility, of dignity, of that kind of office. He's not a candidate. He's a criminal. He's corrupt. He can't even articulate himself. He's not visionary. He does not tick any of the boxes. For crying out loud, let's get it. So you are insulting the concept of democracy, real democracy and elections by saying what if he loses. Tinubu is a close to democracy. Tinubu is a loser. Sorry, that's what I meant.
But his followers are not
without
seeing
all
that.
these things that he's doing.
He still has followers.
It's what?
He still has followers.
All those followers are bought with money now, my brother. They are bought with money. Anybody supporting Tinubu right now is either a beneficiary, directly or remotely. Nobody in their right senses, according to my brother, and he's right. In their right senses, will say Tinubu is anything today but devil. That's the word. I just explained to you why it could be described as such. It's not an insult. Why? Because Tinubu does not. People come to government and steal money because they didn't have money before. It may be someone like Obasanjo who had like less than $20,000 in his account and then became a billionaire. Yes, you can say he stole. Tinubu didn't come to office to come and steal money, but no, he's stealing. Yeah, it's part of him. It's in his DNA. Fine, good. But beyond that, he has the reins of power. He's the absolute president. Has power over the legislature, the judiciary, and over the streets. So and all the institutions. So he has absolute power. So are you telling me that if Tinubu said, well, so that they can elect me in 2027, please let there be 24 hours light in Nigeria? You tell me there won't be light. There will be lights. Free education everywhere, true. Sincere, transparent, free education, free education. But he will not allow it. Not because he doesn't like that to happen. Everybody likes those things to advance their agenda. But his partners, look, if you have a deal with thieves, you must allow thieves to steal. Otherwise, they will expose you too. that you are part of us. We are just pretending. So he doesn't want that to happen to him. And I'm telling me, that should Tinubu go renege on his deal with secret deal or whatever it is with FBI or CIA or the Western powers, France, Macron, and everything, should he ever renege, they will open that book, as Vanna would say. They will open it and then they will push. And then Nigerians will rise up. Even the BRICS that is trying to join, and they'll say, I beg, we know that you are part of them. We don't even trust you. So please face your music alone. And then maybe God will bring our Traore at the time. But this is the fact. This is the scenario. We should know this and have peace.
All right.
Nigerians are the only ones who can solve this problem. It's not election, or forget election, I beg, sorry. Sorry to disappoint you, sir.
All right, Mr. Christian is theories, but definitely he sees this from a different perspective. And taking a look at this matter properly, there is already a rule in the Electoral Act that states that 50 days before the election, you can start campaigning. But now in 2025, as at even early this year, we started seeing campaign posters all around Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt for the president. And the APC has been doing that for quite a while and getting away with it. Why hasn't there been an enforcement to make sure that those who are guilty and culprits of this don't get involved? Sometimes they will say it's not them, it's just their supporters who are just showing undying support. But the Electoral Act today states it clearly. Why should we be abusing all of this?
For me, these people, I wonder how they get their professorship. Understand?
Are you talking about the INEC chairman?
The INEC chairman, I wonder how they get their professorship. Because from doctorate is all research. Understand? From doctorate is about research. So the issue is this. If he has researched well, he would not have made that statement. Because when there's no law, there's no crime. Understand me? So it is said 150 days to the election, but no punishment was stated, yes. Which means it's subject to abuse. And why I say that that maybe he doesn't research it because in America, where we borrowed our democracy, they say that campaigns start immediately after the end of the election. So an election can end because American election is always November 5th. Understand? That the campaign can start that's November 6th. So campaign starts immediately after the election. So that's why in the American Constitution, there's no punishment for campaigning. Understand me? Okay. So 2028 November is American next presidential election. But anybody that wants to start campaigning now can start. So if he has said that, for me, what he ought to be saying that we will take a bill to the National Assembly, understand? Let them meditate and know that campaigning before the 150 days should be punishment. This is what he should be talking. This is what he should be thinking. So talking about any campaigns, why there's no punishment is just like a
waste of time.
It's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. And again, what Chris is trying to raise Tinubu to the level of invincibility,
which is not invisible.
Which he is not.
Okay.
Which he is not. So I hate rating people this high. Understand? He's a master of this. Tinubu is a master of nothing. Tinubu is a master of. So for me, his winning 2027 is 50-50. Understand? Once Nigerians unite, he is up there. Once Nigerians come together, Tinubu is nobody.
Wow.
So raising him to the level of a god, I found it amusing.
All right.
I find it amusing.
How effective can INEC be in regulating campaign finance without clear legal backing?
They cannot do it. One, INEC is not a credible organization.
Okay.
And a thief cannot probe a thief.
Wow.
Understand me? So INEC is not a credible organization. So there's no way you can say you are probing a campaign financing. In America, is it done? Commander Harris has raised the biggest money in U.S. campaign history, raising over $2 billion and squandering it within 30 months. Understand? So before they said that go and read the electoral law. I have a copy in my, that's a natural act. They say that a presidential candidate cannot spend above 10 billion. How much did you buy from? If they want to regulate it, they should start by how much a party sells from. Understand me?
All right.
That is the only way. But political parties fix how much they sell their forms, and INEC don't complain. Why must a expression of interest form go for 100 million?
The party needs money to contest campaign elections.
So for me, one, INEC is not a credible organization. They are as bad as those people that they are pointing at.
All right, let's also know the fact that they also reiterated that David Mark is the chairman, and talking about Rauf Aregbesola is the secretary of the ADC.
Well, it is a good development for the country.
All right. Okay. The All Progressive Congress, meanwhile, in Lagos State, has defended President Bola Tinubu's borrowing policy, calling it strategic and focused on critical infrastructure, energy, transportation, and other productive sectors. APC spokesperson Sheye Oladejo dismissed accusations of reckless borrowing made by Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, P2B, arguing that borrowing is a globally accepted practice when done with purpose and prudence. Oladejo criticized Obi's remarks, describing him as lacking moral authority on financial matters. He accused the former Anambra governor of leaving behind unpaid pensions and poor infrastructure, while also highlighting what he called Obi's extravagant tendencies, such as flying private jets during his presidential campaign while advocating cost-cutting. According to Oladejo, Tinubu's economic reforms, such as fuel subsidy removal, currency adjustment, and targeted borrowing, are tough but necessary measures to secure Nigeria's future. He also begged to refrain from commenting on complex economic issues, saying Tinubu is implementing real reforms while Obi is focused on motivational speech politics. Mr. Chris, how would you react? Is Tinubu's borrowing really strategic?
It's not strategic. These are all part of the deals you sign. You must plunge yourself into needless, stupid, idiotic, odious debts. It's not responsible. By any definition, it's not making sense. And then they keep telling you, so now I think the title of their narrative for Tinubu is now bold and necessary. So any stupid thing he does, yeah, is bold. Boldly executing stupid policy, yeah. But they are not necessary. They are not even needed. That was not necessary. They are stupid by any and every logic ever available. Borrowing to do what now? Is Nigeria getting better for it? No, now. Tinubu is borrowing money. Look, let me tell you the playbook of these CIA people and these Western people, right? They will put you there in power. They will foist you on the people, right? And they will tell you what to do. red lines you must never cross. But you and your cronies, you can be rich, you can steal and steal and steal. That's what they did with Zelensky, but Zelensky go even overshoot to the point that I say, it's too much now, you are talking too much money. That's what they do, is their playbook, their script. So Tinubu is in that script. And if in fact, they will have said, where has this Tinubu been all their lives? Tinubu may have been president, or maybe to Mr. Obasanjo. So I am telling you that Tinubu is bringing initiative, innovations to the enemy, to the devil, and they are happy with it. I can almost tell you, I may be wrong, my conspiracy theory, Tinubu is the one directing CIA, whatever, across West Africa. Yeah, the ECOWAS, his hand is everywhere. So let's not deceive ourselves. I don't know about what do you call it, the entire continent, but I'm sure they may want to use it because Nigeria is a strategic country and it's a smart strategic politician they can use. So that's what you're seeing. Let Nigerians know that borrowing, we were complaining about Buhari borrowing. In fact, Buhari borrowing was over the bar. This one removed the bar entirely. There's no bar. Tomorrow it will borrow again and it will tell you, yeah, it's bold and necessary. You might say it's stupid, but I stupidly, boldly say it's okay for us. I better continue what you're doing, Jerry.
All right, Dr. Nosike, does Peter Obi's past as governor disqualifying from critiquing national economic policy, or is APC just deflecting with personal attacks?
My concern is that I know these guys one-on-one. Understand? And when you engage them in a private discussion, you see that they are hollow. Understand?
Okay.
That they are empty. Understand? When Banogu was the negotiating chairman of APC, this guy was either his PA or body guard. I know him very well. So what did the Speaker of the National Assembly said about Tinubu's borrowing? You remember?
Yeah, he said he was getting too much.
That it has gone beyond the critical. That the Speaker of the National Assembly was raising an alarm over Tinubu's borrowing. So if the Speaker can say that, what else? So this is just that's one of Tinubu's boys trying to shine with Peter Obi, that Peter Obi should be restrained. Who is he to restrain Peter Obi? Who is he to restrain Peter Obi? This guy said that he has achieved his revenue target for 2025 in August. The next day, they want to borrow 1.7 billion.
Does it make sense?
This shows you the inconsistency, or understand, the illogic in their thinking. You have achieved your revenue target 5 months ahead of time, and the next day you are borrowing.
Wow.
So for me, it seems that Wike is now supplying wine to Aso Rock, sincerely.
All right, Dr. Nosike, we are pressed for time. We'll have to wrap it up. I want to say big thanks, Mr. Chris, for being awesome on the issues.
I love that. I think it's humor. We can give it they are tracking your people. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Nosike, as well, for being awesome.
Thank you for having me.
All right, as Nigeria moves towards the 2027 general elections, questions of leadership, legitimacy, economic strategy, and electoral integrity take center stage. Will the court's decision alter the power dynamics within the ADC? Can Tinubu's economic reforms weather criticism while delivering results? And how will INEC close the legal gaps to ensure a level playing field? These are the debates that define our democracy. This is the issues where we break down the stories and decisions that matter most to Nigerians' future. I am Jerry Apeleohai, and this has been the Issues on Voice of the People television, where the future faces forward. Have a good one.